team, I can't remember now. My brain only has capacity for 1 day's worth of Valorant, so they're going to move in, and this is their little special here. Guild using the fault line to try and keep back the attackers. It's going to tag up a few of them, and as Gambit move in on their attack, they're going to have to clear out a lot of space because Guild, they're already converging on that location. Bonkar's taking a little bit of damage as well as Leo here, but they backed up and they're soaking up that pressure here. Chronicle already moving in and sees Yassine there, but Yassine's going to spray him up through the wall. Drake and Bonkar and Leo, they're all going in, and Defo, he takes down Draken, but it's still a 4v2 at this point. Yassine will find the head of Defo, and Nats is bringing up the rear. And there's not much he can do against 4 players, or is there?
Ooh. You know what? This is already kind of giving vibes of our Forest game. That was yesterday between Guild and them. That was a pretty quick cleanup on ICEBOX map 2 in that series. So let's see how much Nats can do. He's gonna be revealed, falling back and right above and even below him. Everybody's kind of dropping in there. If only had more ammo in the magazine. In the end, 3 players alive for Guild. No spike planted. Good one for the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Cleaned it up quite early. Once you've got all of those picks down, in a 1v4, there's not much you can do. Nets does get 1 pick, but that's about all she wrote for Gambit. Well, they're going to find it a little harder to attack than usual, I feel like, against Guild, who have really showed their mettle on ICEBOX before, especially yesterday. And now we're seeing exactly why they were so dominant on defense yesterday, which is an interesting stat for ICEBOX, seeing as, well, I mean, ICEBOX everybody thinks of as the attacker map. Everybody's, you know, you go towards A, you win the round. That's just how it works. Yeah. No, not when you're playing against Guild, apparently. Guild do not let that happen. Well, they've won the pistol round. The pistol round doesn't mean everything, so we'll see how it works now. We're in a little bit of a pause. Not sure if that's heck.
Yeah, there's some
mouse problems.
Stuff. Somebody has mouse issues. You don't want any of that to happen.
Yeah.
So
that's why you get a cat.
I was just gonna say, holy Toledo! How did you read my mind?
Stealing your jokes.
Dude! Get out of my head!
We just got called stupid by a production. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're still in this little tech pause. Anyway.
Successful day, as you can see. So
yeah,
let's see what sort of radio equipment the expedition is checking out here with so cute little penguins with their little hats. Aww. So what can be done after this pistol round, and what will Gambit attempt? They're gonna need to plant anyways, and honestly, having the Viper, I just say screw A, stop it, just go to B, go plant ASAP on the default, and you should be fine. Okay, there it is, the pickup on the alt orb, and then instantly falling back. Good timing there for the Viper of Guild.
Can head back now, trying to get that Viper's up as quick as possible. It completely locks off B if you use it correctly. Or sorry, A if you use it correctly. Sure, you could use it on B as well, but a bit less effective on the defender's side over there. Gambit, they're heading towards A once again. They really do want to make this one work. They've set up that wall, and they're just waiting here, looking for some picks. Nothing so far. Guild, they're playing safe. They're holding back, apart from Draken, who's right around this corner, and he will find the head of Defo immediately, but he's in an unfortunate position now, and as long as Gambit know where he is, there we go. Going to be able to use the orb to get the way out of there. Now, 4 players left on the Gambit side. They have to push in, and that's going to give away your position, Nats. Well, Shados is there with the trade immediately. A good headshot. It's a 4v3 still. 1 pick is good for them, but they need to get a few more than those if they want to equalize that economy. Now, Redgar is going to be first contact here and sprays down Bongar, who just about misses that first shot. It's a 3v3 now, and back for Gambit.
Left. So, what can be done here? I'm just getting a better position here for the Jet. Already 2 players down is something to be comfortable with, but no rotation on B, which is the expectation for Guild. You see instantly Killjoy and Sova falling back in support. The rain is down. It's out. Yassine with 1, 2, and a third one to clean him up. There's the help. There it is for Yassine and the squad. 3 players left alive at the end is pretty darn okay, and there's finally the buy-up to go for Gambit.
Yeah, well, they've taken matters into their own hands in this situation here. You've seen 1 headshot, oh well, not a headshot, but 1 headshot, and then takes a little bit of time with the Spectre, but there's the 2nd headshot, finishes it out. Yeah, I mean, Gambit did quite well in that round. They get 2 picks. That's more than can be expected usually in that eco round on 2nd. So, especially on ICEBOX, that's a quite nice one where all of the sight lines are quite long, they're quite vertical. Defo, he's going to dash all the way up and get your scene immediately. They can move in towards B now for free, obviously. Guild, they are still on the SMG, so playing that close was probably a good idea, but unfortunately didn't quite work out for them. The Viper's Pit has been committed over towards A, as you can see. So they're not going to be able to rotate too easily. Draken using that one. He might want to get back towards you. Is he going to get back in time? No. He might not get back in time.
Oh.
Is it going to go down? Oh, it went down. Draken, your Viper's Pit. No. Oh, well.
Sad.
I don't know if they know that, but GAMBIT, they're heading back towards B now. So, towards A now. Because of the, well, I don't know if they knew the Viper's Pit went down, but hey, maybe they just read their minds. So they're going to head over towards A now and try and make that happen over there. Like, Draken is waiting for them. Oh, but he'll get domed immediately by Chronicle.
We'll just give him the benefit of the doubt in that moment. The quick days here on a defo, and it's going to be able to jump up on the blocks. Safe's going to go down in the meantime to Nats. Chronicle is watching the rotation in. Are they going to be able to stop the plant from going down? No, they won't, but there's more than enough time. The breach is last alive. Nats comes in from behind, finishing off Bonkar, and that's GAMBIT to grab the round.
Well, GAMBIT, well, in clean fashion doing that one, and I mean, you do expect them to win that round, but they've done it massively well there. Well, they do still have a Guardian in hand, and Guild now they can buy all the way up. Leo, not got full armor, but still nice 5 rifles there, and you can see they are the Vandal believers with 4 of those, only 1 Phantom in the hands of Bonkar, which, well, on a map like this where smokes are everything, might be their downfall, but you never know. Sideshow would probably think that I do like myself a Vandal. Oh, so does Defo. He'll take down Yassine with 1 tap. Draken's there for the trade, but back to a 4v4 now, and GAMBIT, they can rethink their attack.
So, are they actually, though? They keep on moving here, and the wall is down in that moment. That spike is still in the back, and the Reyna is holding for any rotations to come in through A. Viper is quickly moving through the kitchen area as Draken is sitting solo here around the corner through spawn. There's the wall to come up. You're gonna have to rely on those that wall to come up again soon-ish, I guess, to go for a plant on B. But no, Leo's gonna grab Nats here, poking in through kitchen. That's gonna force the rotation on A, and instantly you see the split come out from Guild, 2 on each side with the Sova ready to rotate wherever is necessary. This is looking really good for Guild.
Yeah. The GAMBIT, they have to rethink everything at this point. We've got 1 player moving in towards A here in Chronicle. If you want anybody to be leading up the charge, it's probably the Reyna player in this composition. It's Safe that's going to have to do everything to keep them away. The solo player on A, we've got 1 heading back up to give us some support now, but goes the turret. Not going to be found by the recon dart, but stunned up now by his own teammate. And Chronicle, he's going to try and take advantage of that, but flashed up. 1 headshot. Shados takes down Safe, but Bonkar's there for the trade, and it's all up to Redgar at this point. 7 seconds left, and no real safe place to get the plant down. Tries to find the head of Bonkar, but Bonkar's there to finish out the round, and it's 3-1 to Guild.
Well done there by Guild, who had the advantage. Honestly, it was cash ready from them to turn it from that 4v4 to 4v3. The Sova pick in kitchen in the 2 was oh so important. So what's this drop going to be here? Going to be a quick pickup, and Bonkar is going to go with a Bulldog himself. So full-on rifles for everybody. Just got to deal with the Bulldog on that Guild side, and honestly they are halfway there to being pretty comfortable with the amount of rounds that they pick up on the defense. So Guild, keep it coming as they're going through things here, and it might be a W for them to take it to map 3.
Well, they're playing it slowly now. They've come up against... I really doubt they've come up against a similar comp over in the Commonwealth of Independent States as Guild is playing here, and definitely the same play style as Guild is playing, because this is quite new to even Europe at this point, but we saw a couple of teams playing it here. Safe finds the first pick, and Yassine is finding the head of Chronicle there, also for the head of Nats there. That's a 5v3 already. And it's already turned well into Oof, Guild's favor, but Defo is quick with a headshot onto Bonkar, and Shados will find Drake in here, and this is where the Sage comes in handy on B site, putting up the wall to get the spike down, and also finding the head of your seed. Now there's only 2 players left on the Guild side. Leo's coming in from behind, and got 1 player coming in from mid as well.
Last player standing.
Oh, but Shados is quick with all those headshots, taking matters into his own hands. It's just safe left. 1v3. We've seen him clutch stuff up like this before, but in this scenario, it might be better to save the weapon.
It's time to skedaddle out of here, Safe. There's not much that you can do. He knows
Game
it.
time.
You might be able to grab 1 kill on exit frag at the end of it, but that's about it. You saw it was kind of just scraping the barrel for Guild in the last round, picking up a Bulldog even. So, hey, any rifle is good help come round 5 at that point, or round 6. Afterwards, there it is, all done. And Safe, at least able to save that Vandal that we were talking about. 3 players on the Gambit side means cash is gonna come up plenty for him. And it should be a force buy here from Guild. Yeah, there it is. You saved 1 Vandal. It might not be enough for you to call, hey, let's go for a force buy. But they're gonna use it anyways, just because Safe has a bit of extra cash to play himself. And we're gonna see a shoddy brought up from Yassine. So, hey, maybe some work to be done.
Yeah, it is like a melody in my head. Well, Gambit, off the back of that win, they're going to head over towards B, where Yassine is waiting for them with the Blade Storm, but the Aldrone is going to find him out probably, or not, if it's flashed and then stunned. I'm not sure exactly if that was planned, but Defo finds ahead of Leo first, and Yassine misses the first 2 knives, doesn't hit the last 3 either, as Shados will take him down. It's now all 5 players of Gambit. They're heading forward, and really only some armor taken down for them as Safe. He's left to deal with the problem himself. Got 1 friend here with Bunkart right behind him, but defending this one is going to be a little more difficult now. The spike will go down and the wall is up to protect him. No spray is going to get through that too quickly. Chronicle, his head has been seen by Safe, but he's staying in a similar position where he can't be tagged up there. Safe does find Defo, and they'll back up now. They know they have to give this up to Guild, a little bit of position at the very least. Guild now have to try and retake this.
So how does Draken deal with this? At least have some support behind him, and instantly making sure that yellow is not going to be used up, but actually just barely by the Killjoy in the back. Time is really running out on this spike plant in this 2v4. Gambit looking pretty for this one, and Redgar goes in for the flank through spawn. He fires off as he spots Safe, but Safe falls back, and I don't know, I think at this point Guild are just going to get out with whatever they can. Go to spray through from Redgar, and there it is. Draken and Safe both staying alive. Shadows being sacrificed at the end of it. Kind of unnecessary, if you ask me, but still, Gambit at least lock it out to turn it to a 3-3.
Alima. Yeah, unfortunate losing the Sage there, but oh well. At least you get a bit of money off the back of it, and you still have enough to get that buy ready. So still with the 5 rifles, and this time Guild, they're going to have to think about what they want to do here. Probably go for somewhere around, well, I mean, they've still got 2 rifles in their hands from saving those, so they still have to kind of buy up around that, but they still don't want to use too much money, because then they won't be able to buy next round, so difficult situation, but oh well, at least they're even on map score. Not too many worries so far. Later in the game that's going to come into effect. Defo is tagged up in his quick boost up onto the box there, and actually going to put a little spanner in the works, but can still move forward. Oh, happy little spray. Defo's feeling good. Feeling good today. He's been hitting headshots. I'm not surprised he's feeling good. Yassine playing with fire there. Maybe a little bit of Icarus situation, but his wings aren't going to get burned off today. He'll back up. I say that. He's going back towards them. Oh no, Safe is taking up point this time. No, they're going to head back. They're just scouting out the area. They're playing it safe once again. They don't really want to give away any lives. Make it too easy for Gambit to win the round.
Exactly. You see Yassine actually setting up here at the top kitchen through tube. Can he find a Redgar through it? There's the scan to come out, and it's going to be revealed falling back here and holding on to that opposite window. So far pretty slow. There's only 35 seconds left in this, and it just might be the time to go for that B take. And there's Defo taking point on the Jet as he's going to push in and smoke out. Safe is forced to go through that Viper wall, and somehow he's stuck in the perfect position to deny players, but the Sage Wall comes in just at the right moment. There's the push in. There's 2 players going down, one Drake and one Leo. And the spike is being planted in the meantime by Chronicle. Keeps getting pushed back by the breach, but it's 3 in a row for Gambit. What is happening here? Leo keeps on firing.
They still have time to get the spike down as well, and suddenly it's a 2v3. What looked like a Shore Guild round at the last 10 seconds there has turned in Gambit's favor with the Vipers pit working out for them. They get the spike planted, and now they can take it in their own hands. You've got 2 players over towards yellow, 1 inside the smoke. Defo will take down Draken now, and it's just Leo by himself with the Sheriff in hand. He's got to look for anything he can, but with all players in the Viper's pit, there's not much you can do as long as you have to defuse the spike as well. He's probably just going to have to try and get 1 pick for his own life here. He'll pick up a different Sheriff. It's a nice skin, I understand. Nope, there we go. It'll yoink a little weapon there and back up. Might be a little too close for him, actually. No, should be fine. Just about. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Well done. At least Leo able to grab it out of here, and Gambit keeps it rolling. Is it going to be another force buy? Yes, it will. Okay, well, barely any cash here. You're able to pick up at least some rifles, but only 2 light shields for Siphon and Draken on the guild side. Otherwise, Gambit, I mean, look at Nats, man. The man is just buying up for his friends. You know what? Everybody gets a rifle in that case. And it was pretty solid from Gambit to immediately realize, like, hey, B's open. I know there's not much time, but we should be able to pull up a Viper's pit and go for the plant. Use your ults for something really necessary. So, what will Yassine do here on the jet? Defo is going to be... Oh, ring in the fire! Let's do early picks for Gambit.
He has been on fire so far. Draken, in the meantime, he's holding down A by himself, and he'll take 1 pick. But, well, with the rest of the Gambit team heading towards B, that probably won't make much of a difference. The wall goes up, they can get a safe plant down, but the Aftershock's going to push him away. Nice reaction replay there from Draken to keep him back. But, oh, Bonkar, sorry. Bonkar on the breach.
Spike planted.
Spray through the wall is not going to find the kill, so I have to try and retake this one. Nat's holding down the flank, trying to make sure nobody comes through there, but... Oh, actually, 2 players are going to be coming round straight into Nats' crossfire. Nope, never mind. They're just trying to make me sound like an idiot. So they'll head back, and Draken, instead, he uses his Viper's pit. Push back the Gambit players and get control of the spike. Defo is going to be first contact, and he will take that one down, Draken. Now it's a 3v3, and definitely the favor of Guild as Draken. He finds his 3rd pick. He's looking for more. He finds ahead of Nats as well. He's looking for the ace, and it's just Redguard pushing through. Leo will find the last pick. They get the spike defused, and that'll be the end of that. Guild take back control of the half with the 4th round.
Oh, what a close one there for Guild, but it all came down. Like in the last round, you see how it was used by Gambit, where they went in, they Viper pitted, and then instantly went in for the plant, and it was more than enough for them to get those proper site controls in the post plant. Exactly what happened here for Guild, but on the defensive side. Just, that's pretty much how it went. Go in, pop your Viper spit, and then instantly go out for shots. And somehow, I don't know who was able to spot. Was it the Viper on the other side? It's like the Viper and the Sova, they were last 2 alive for Gambit. Looking the wrong way, gets 1 easy kill, and then the finisher on the Sova was already done. So, what happens here for Gambit after this tie-up? Recon Bolt goes out, and Defo is going to be spotted, and probably the rest of his squad in this case. Moving up into kitchen, the spike is left in spawn just in case there'll be a rotation. And oh, just gonna mention it, the Sova gets bonked in the meantime, but at least Shadows is able to refrag on to Yassine in kitchen.
Bonkar's been on fire with the Aftershock so far. That's 2 free picks that he's got in 2 maps at the start of the round with an Aftershock. Well, it's gonna give him a little bit of favor at the start of this round, but 1 trade comes in, and now it's a 4v4. They've still got the Lockdown and the Punter's Fury available. Keep in mind the Bladestorm has already been committed on the Gambit side, so that ult will go away at the end of this round no matter how it's used. They're slowing down, and it looks like they're going to head back towards A, while 1 player lurks over towards B, using the Leer to try and keep, well, 1 player occupied at the very least, where We're going to see the rest of the players head towards A, and it actually looks like it's working, because the res comes out, but actually that's going to telegraph their location. The Hunter's Fury comes out in response, but it's only going to tag up one there. Defo down to low HP, the Recon Dart gets sent out, and out comes the lockdown from Guild as well to try and keep them away. Oh, it's a beautiful shock dart from Leo as well. That'll deny the plant, and now, well, Gambit, they have to walk all the way back. There's only 15 seconds left in the round. No players are detained, but they have to get all the way back towards site, and Draken's in behind. He's looking for exit frags because he knows that Gambit, they can't plant the spike anymore.
The spike is still on A. There's nothing that you can do in this case, and Gambit realized it. You know, it might be a 4v4. This was the most anticlimactic end to a round that I've seen in so long. It's like, oh my god, they're actually coming down. It's all being used, and then the Sova's here. The person planting is at, yeah, it's at 38 HP. I thought that it was gonna shock dart first, but he went for the safe and correct way in that case, which is, okay, I'm going to go for the scan bolt first, see who's going around on A, where the plant's coming down, and yeah, it was on default. I'm just going to go and bounce over my shock dart, getting the kill off of it, denying the plant, and pretty much winning the round at that point. It was so very well done, and it all came down to Gambit really gambling with their time. That's always the hidden sixth player for the defenders.
Yeah, absolutely. Just, well, going for the plant in the middle of that lockdown. They had to get that plant down. There was nothing else they could do. Look at Gambit pushing up mid here. Going for an aggressive play. That Recon Dart's going to push him back a little bit, though. And that means that wall has been wasted, possibly, in a sense. Chronicle will find the first pick. The Bunkar's there to take down Defo and bring it back to a 4v4. Now, Gambit, they're heading over towards B. I mean, Guild, they have to watch out for every location. Leo will find one, but Chronicle again takes down Yassine. It's trades on different parts of the map. The flash and the double take from Bunkar. Eventually, he does find the head of Shados. Luckily, that flash connected. Safe finds Chronicle, and now it's just Redgar left on site with the spike, but Leo will take down his copy, and that'll be that. 6-4 now to Guild, and once again, I mean, it's not looking like a dominant scoreline, but when you remember how attackers-sided ICEBOX is, Guild are really playing quite well here.
Yeah, 6 rounds is, like, 5 is good. Like, this is what you're supposed to get, and you're gonna have a good time. 6 rounds is kind of, this, you got the bonus round on top of it. It sets you up for a better second half. But that's kind of what we were talking about in our first map, and look how that went. So you always have to keep that in mind. Over the past 2-ish months, the Gambit's playtime on defense on ICEBOX was 63% win for the 11 times they have. Guild on their side, 5 in total, 55% on defense. So pretty equal, actually, over that same amount of time.
And Guild have changed up their composition on ICEBOX recently. As we saw, Draken's actually in a really nice position here. If he was a little earlier, he could have caught those players in maze, but he will find one in Defo, and Leo cleans up the rest. Now there's only one player left in Nats, and it's a clean headshot from Draken, finishing it out. What a quick round from Guild.
Last round before the switch.
Incredible here. 7-4, and Guild are looking for an 8th. See the buy up here, whatever they can. Of course, the last round in the half, so what ults could be used? Potentially Bonkar sitting up with Leo 2. Otherwise, ults from Gambit are going to be nigh impossible to have in this last round. It should be a Guild round, if you ask me. Just looking at pure ult economy, quote unquote, and what's been used so far, Guild have been looking very confident on enemy marks.
Absolutely, and Guild, I mean, using that confidence, they're going to push all the way up mid with the use of that owl drone. Maybe Leo will back up in the end, knowing that there's only one player close, and it's Nats who does usually play that mid while the rest of his team goes to other locations, scouting out areas to plant the spike. Location, location, location. But we're not looking for a house, we're looking for a nice place to blow up. Well, here come Gambit.
That's a way to say it.
Yeah, well, you see. Oh, the shot between the legs, I think, and not quite going to find the kill on that one, unfortunately, but that's definitely going to shake the Gambit players as they head back, and that's still holding down mid here, but Guild, they're playing safe defaults, like just waiting, although 4 players, it looks like, heading towards B, trying to soak up that pressure that's being created.
So, what does Redgar do in this position with squad? Defo has already set himself up here in yellow. It's all a matter of time until the Viper is ready with a wall. And it is on, so this is your best spot here. The turret in a great position, actually. And dashing on through, Defo's gonna get caught up here by Yassine. But 2 in for Nats and Shadows. The Odin in Sife's hand will only get 1, but it's Leo to refract. He gets another shot onto Chronicle. And he has the Hunter's Fury, unable to deny the plant, the spike, just at the wrong time. Red guard is last solo, and there it is. Guild winning out the round. It was very close to just denying the plant, but it worked out well for Guild anyways.
Yeah, doing enough damage that that body shot was a pretty easy kill in the end there. And oh, there you go. Guild taking the half 8-4, which is...
Switching sides.
On any other map, we wouldn't really say that's one-sided, but here, that's only taking 4 rounds on the attacker's side. I hate to say is disappointing, but it can't feel good for GAMBIT at this point in the game.
So, there is the first half gone for Guild. Oof, that was so good there from Draken, not gonna lie. It's always so beautiful seeing Draken when it really gets into the groove and starts hitting shots. It's a thing of beauty, not gonna lie. So, what happens here on the second half for GAMBIT? They know that they're up against the wall, and 5 rounds for Guilds is all that they will need, and it's gonna be a rush on to A. Dazed, this Chronicle is gonna get spotted, taken out, but Safe is already, or actually Shadow from this time is already taken down. You see, what a transfer from Defo, and he's looking for more with a smoke out.
What a beautiful headshot from Defo, and he's feeling on fire now. Shados is playing up close, but Drake, and he'll take down Defo in a little bit of revenge there for that crazy shot. Shados is moving up, and he'll be caught by the firing squad of Safe over there. And now Red Guy, he's in behind. Bonkar wasn't expecting that. Stuck in the snake bite. Nats takes down Safe as well. Only 1 player left on the Guild side now in Draken, and he has to clean up all of the mess his team has unfortunately made here. Does have time to rotate, and it looks like he's actually going to grab the spike and head back here. The 2 players left on the Gambit side, and they can split across and make it difficult for him still.
So, what do you do here in this position as the Viper? Well, not really much. It's a pistol, Draken. I mean, plant if you can, get some extra cash. He's unsure if there's anybody on B or not.
30 seconds left.
Let's him hold up for just a moment, but no, he's actually quite comfortable. Okay, go for it, bro. Go for it. Pick up the ult point if you can, and at least that's a spike planted. A bit of cash for you to use, and it's on to Gambit to try to retake in this one. They at least have a lot of health to work with, so Gambit have an opportunity.
In some ways, the spike is like a second player in this situation. Defenders do have to keep in mind that they still have to defuse a spike, so playing for time can be massive here. Draken sets down that snake bite. That's going to do a lot of damage to Nats, but he gets away with his life. They're going to try and push him out of position now. They know I have a little bit of time. Shots don't land for either team, but Nats will finish it off in the end and still has ample time to get the spike defused. Maybe about, let's say, 3.47. How about that?
It is over.
Not even close.
Closer. I mean, 0.47. That's
less than 2 seconds difference, but that more than double. So,
You know what? I'll give you that. The variable is definitely within the limit. So
yeah.
I'll give it to you. So this is looking really good for Gambit. I say it looking really good. It is still the very first round of the second half, but we'll see what's to do here in this full save from Guild. They know they got the spike planted, so if they're able to get it here a second time, they're gonna have a pretty darn strong buy for round 3, which will be able to overwhelm their opponents. There's smoke out to make sure nobody's by headshot. Defo in the meantime has been stunned. He goes in for a shot, but he's already tagged, and he finds Safe, dinked in the head. Chronicle getting one here on the and goes out for more. There's an attack behind. He spots one on the drop. Another one goes in immediately for his hiding, and there's one more on the Sova. But Leo leaving the breach alive. Bonkar is gonna have a rough time here.
Yeah, didn't quite work out how Guild wants it. Oh, uh-oh. Defo tunnel visioning down there, and he will get taken out, so that's 1 pick for them at the very least, but Chronicle takes his 3k and right to the bank with that one. Well, 8-6 now, and they've won the first 2 rounds, but here's where Guild gets back into it with that economy.
So, eco, oh so important in this, and you'll see Gambit actually sticking to their SMGs. So there's something interesting. I think given this, you either have to stack up, get aggressive, or really force gunfights. And with the Reyna, that is definitely a positive thing for you to do. Defo's going to be spotted out for just a moment here with a quick daze. And Yassine keeps it on rocking. Everybody turn their attention to A, at least so far.
Oh, Chronicle catches out safe there, but doesn't quite have the firepower to take him down completely. Turns around the corner, bloodthirsty, and Yassine will punish him for that one. Defo trying to find one, but Draken turns around the corner with the immediate headshot. Now Redguard, he's at the back of sight, but he'll get taken down by Yassine now, and it's looking like a flawless round in the works for Guild here as 2 players left for Gambit, one coming round the back and one coming through to CT here. Nats is going to get caught off guard, no! They're not pushing it. They're staying back. They're staying safe. Look at that. Thought they would actually push out CT, but it doesn't happen. Now the Gambit players at least have something to work with, but you can see lineups are available for the last players. Leo will dink Nats immediately, and it's just Shados left. And only with a Spectre in hand, he finds 2 headshots onto Bunkar, finishes off that kill, and I think he'll take that one to the bank. That's you know, I'm happy with that. I don't want to contest the last 4 players. Oh, wait. He's going back. Unless the ninja defuse.
Some cash.
No shot. Oh no, he's just trying to get cash at this point. Well,
right.
Can he span him? Nope.
No, he cannot. Okay.
No, he can't. Well, cash if nothing else. Bit of cash.
Hey man, you gotta get out with what you can. That's 6 rounds here for Gambit to the 9 of Guild. Aggressive to push in onto A and grab it for themselves. Let's continue here with now full rifles with Gambit putting Defo on the operator. So he's going for more of a glass cannon one here, as is the classic caster 102 lingo, which is you're going for operator with absolutely no shields at all. You can do work, but at the cost of little to no armor.
Defo, all it takes is one shot. The idea, but nobody's really peeking him on this one. They're all quite wary of that position at the very least. I haven't seen that they have an operator, but somehow, maybe knowing that they've got that Yassine, he'll take the first pick onto Chronicle, a clean shot, but he'll take a lot of damage for it as well, and Defo is left by himself with the help of Shados, who's trying to push him out, but he's going to have to back up in the end because of that alarm bot. Redguard, he's pushing in through mid, but the ball is keeping him back, and once again, we're just going back to this war of attrition here. Defo is going to be first contact, and we'll just have to see if he lands his shot.
So, Defo, nobody's going to peek into you, at least that's the hope for now. Oh, there it is. Yassine will do it. This is going to get taken down instantly, and I wonder if there's a way to revive him here. Not sure if Shados has one. No, he does not. So, no res to be found.
30
Redguard's
seconds
positioned
left.
himself here to set up, and looks like a full rotate. No, it's kind of a fake, into a take again, but there's still an operator, and there's still a rifle here to support that A side. And should this still go down, it would be huge. No, Defo misses it. It's got to be forced back for just a moment. That will go down in a moment.
Shados does take one down, but not being able to get the spike planter, who gets back, and Draken will actually take out Shados now, so it's a 2v2. Redguard takes out Bunker, but it's Draken with a third. Oh, and Redguard will finish it out just about. It's a very close round, 6 HP left, but Gambit will take their 7th on the board.
Oh, the Draken flank was so good. Yeah, pick up the operator at the end. 6 HP for Redguard. Oof. That's a close one, not gonna lie, but it works out regardless here for Gambit, who keep it rolling. Expensive, but still working nonetheless. Make it 7-9, close to equalizing here. Remember, Gambit won that first map that we had where Guild had advantage and suddenly slipped away from him. So, Draken, what can he do? Leo, what can he do more on this map? It's going to be also necessary. We saw Yassine step up on map 1 even more, and I think it's going to be really necessary on the second half should Guild want to close it out.
Speaking of closing it out, they are running in towards B. Only a few of their players have weapons in this one. difficult situation when one of your players is playing on a ghost here. Safe is holding this flank, and I think knows one is coming here. Chronicle's going to turn around the corner, and this could be very bad timing if he's not ready for it. He's looking towards CT, and Draken's actually watching the other angle as well. So even if he doesn't get this kill, which he does, the one tap to Chronicle's head, that'll do the work for him. Now they actually have to fill in that gap over towards A. You can see one player rotating all the way round, which weakens the defense on B as well. Doesn't look like Guild, they're planning on going to A. Please don't go to A right after I say that, please. Oh, the knives are going to tag up Shados a lot. He's going to have to use his heal whilst getting tagged up through the wall. That's actually going to slow down the heal as well, meaning it's less effective. But Guild, they are actually heading towards A. Right into Redgar here. Oh, that Rolling Thunder's going to tag him up, but oh, going to propel him right through to CT, where he's safe and sound. Let's not say safe as a cucumber. That doesn't quite work. That's, what do you call that? It's where you
Cool as a cucumber.
Well, yeah, I know. When you mix two proverbs, I don't remember what that's called. Anyway, whatever. Guild, they've got in, and they actually found another one with that Bladestorm as well. They're in quite a safe location, and Gambit, they're economically in quite a bad position, so I think they're actually going to save all 3 of their rifles here.
I would not be surprised, even if it's a Guardian, you know, just whatever you can get for the next round. So there's a bunch of tags that are coming out here, and Yassine still has his Bladestorm open and ready. Gonna get some info through. No, everybody from Guild has already fallen back. This one is almost done. And there is
not guys! Oh my god!
Are you serious?
What?
Are you serious?
Guys? I get that you don't want to go to CT, but there's not enough room.
Pool's closed!
Door is stuck! Door is stuck! They got stuck on bunker!
See, you know, this is not what happens. NA is gonna be watching this and like, oh, EU lol, you know, this is gonna be great. Pay laugh. Yeah, honestly.
Bunker too big. Oh
EU plant lol.
EU hitboxes are bigger than NA hitboxes. You got stuck on bunker.
That's unusual though.
Oh, well, Gambit taking a timeout to let Guild think about their actions.
Yeah, honestly.
Well on that one.
Really give it a moment to simmer at the end.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, yeah, you messed up, but you're going to bring it back. There's the operator to come out for Defo on the Gambit side. The Guardian that was saved up in the last round. And 2 Spectres are anything that you can get at this point. As tradition here of Valorant, the moment you're hitting double digits, it's instantly going for a timeout of the opposite team. Little pingoos. Noot noot. They're watching. What can Gambit do? Because right now, Guild really are keeping it rolling.
Rolling indeed. Out comes the Aldrone, try and find a way through into B, but again, they're playing it quite, you know, reactionary. They don't really want to play it by ear too much. They're just going to wait for something to happen and then move forward. Out comes a lockdown, but I wouldn't say that's quite a telegraphic one. They're not quite using it to full effect. They're playing 3 players towards mid, and Redgar might actually think that this is safe, but he hears Bonkar jump right behind him. That might be massive. He comes through. No, Draken to the rescue. He'll find the headshot before much damage can be done whatsoever. Oh, that's unfortunate there for Gambit, but Nats, he'll try and bring it back. He finds a first pick onto Yassine before the spike gets planted. Draken won't find his second because Chronicle turning around the corner has that in his own hands. The Bladestorm in the hands of Defo as he flies up into the air. He's not going to find anybody over the top of that wall, but 2 players over towards mid are both going to get tagged up. Chronicle using the Empress to move in. Shados uses the res onto Redgar, and Defo, he'll take down 2. 1 more onto Bunkar. It's just Leo, and he gets domed in the back of the head by Nats. Technically, not a flawless round from Gambit, but they keep all 5 players alive.
Come on, we'll just give them flaw. After the last 2 players that died in the last round, just off of the explosive radius, I'll give them that. You know, flawless, regardless.
Flawless. There you go.
At this, beautiful. It's like I'm in the game.
Yeah, we're right there.
Perfect. So honestly, it makes sense because you see cash-wise, it's not great for Gambit. You might be coming in and thinking, okay, why was the res used there? For a very good reason. Keep up the rifle. Make sure that the cash is still steady for Gambit because they are close for a comeback and they don't want to lose their next one just, you know, for some silly reason. So that's why you don't see a death plus buying up an SMG. It's not really worth it. Keep it up when you got it. You got to be careful not to lose out to a thrifty from Guild.
Oh, Guild. Trying not to make any more mistakes after that round, and the spray down from Yacine isn't quite going to find it. Shados a little sloppy with the headshot, but in the end gets the job done. Chronicle will take down safe and dismiss his way out of there before the aftershock tags him up. It's 3 players left on the Guild side, still only playing with the Sheriff, so not too much of a disappointment. But Leo has found 2 already. Chronicle and Shados, that's massive, bringing it back to a 3v3, and that's more than they want out of this round, honestly. Sees 2 players heading back in towards CT, and knows probably the site is close to clear now. Has the Hunter's Fury available as well, and uses the recon dart to try and find out if anybody is pushing him back. Now Redgar trying to deny the plant, but it's a bit too late. The plant is already down, and they can actually back up now. If Nats gets killed here, it's looking kind of disappointing for Gambit in this round. Bonkar turns around the corner the wrong way, and he's going to get taken out. And Draken isn't ready for it with his knife out. He's going to get killed too. It's Nats versus Leo at the back here, and Defo is taking up position to try and get that spike defused. The shots miss, and Nats finishes it off. They'll finish out that round. Only 2 casualties. Not too bad.
Not too bad. It was still a full save there from Guild, but it means that Gambit can start really catching up. They're 1 round away. We're tying with Guild out. I'll never get used to that spray. Just instantly with the air horn. I feel like I'm in a montage from 2013. You know, that sort of feeling. Anywho's, I don't know. How old were you when it was 2013?
Depends when in 2013. You mean when it turned 2013?
Yeah.
12.
Okay, so you were playing Black Ops back then. Okay, good to know. So, what happens here with Leo going up with his owl drone? Oh, a quick shot, but not gonna land on safe. Still staying alive.
Actually, no, I was 13 when it turned 2013. I'm really, really not good at maths.
I think we've already established that.
Yeah, absolutely. Come on, look, I'm the dumb one of the team. This is my personality now, okay? I'm owning it. Oh, Guild. I just talk quick. That's my thing. Right, Guild, they're moving in now. Bonkar, he's going to take first contact. Chronicle is already up there. He's actually going to get tagged through the wall. Oh, but he will find the first pick. That's a spike down, and he can use his dismiss to get away right into Draken's face. But Defo takes down Yacine in a little trade there. Out comes the Hunter's Fury from Redgar. Over from CT, but I don't think that's going to find anybody too easily. Oh, I think he dodged under that. No, Leo does get caught by it. Oh, Defo! He doesn't get killed, but he's going to have to use all of his abilities to get out of there, and the heal comes out from Shados as well. Redgar right round the corner. They do get the spike down here. Guild means they can take up nice locations. The shock dart onto safe is going to do a little bit of damage, and out comes the Hunter's Fury from Leo. How many can he get with this?
Safe?
None whatsoever, but safe. Oh, he's quick with a headshot. Oh, but Redgar is there for the trade immediately. Only 2 players left on the Guild side. Can they keep a hold of this one? They do have a snakebite. Only 1 here. The Viper's Pit has been used on the other side. Well, nobody's going for the defuse, so that snakebite goes to waste, and the shock dart from Leo isn't going to catch anybody either, but Draken does find 1. Defo takes down Leo, but Draken is just spraying blindly through a smoke, and Defo finishes it out. It's another round in the favor of Gambit, and they bring it to 10-10.
There's the tie-up. There's the tie-up we have been looking for, and in your mind you're thinking, how did this happen? Guild had great post-point positions. They had it all in the bag, and then it all failed. Sad. So let's see how this one goes through for Gambit. As I was saying, they tied it up 10-10, and I'm wondering what Guild can do better in that case, because other than, oh yeah, just hit your shots a bit better. Otherwise, they did really well. They did everything by the book perfectly, but sometimes you do things perfectly and it still doesn't work out for you. There's a life lesson for everybody watching.
Yeah, do everything right and it'll still go wrong. That's a good one for all of the... you want to listen to some sad music and think about life. That's what you say to yourself. Can't lie.
My Chemical Romance is playing as
we speak. Yeah, absolutely. Welcome to the Black Parade. Right. Gambit, they're playing it safe, and Guild, they're not really pushing him out of this position. I don't think they want to lose any more rounds here. If they do lose this one, it's not too bad. They can still buy up into the next round, but still, every round means something to them at this point. Chronicle's quick with a headshot onto Safe, though, and he'll finish that one out with a body shot. Shados is coming in from behind. Defo, quick with the operator. He'll take out Yassine as well. He'll find another one to Drake, and that takes down Leo. Chronicle will finish it out onto Bunker, and that's a flawless round to take them to 11.
I mean, look, we were talking about it. Hey, look at what happened in map 1. Guild had control, and then it fell off to Gambit. And same thing that's happening here. It got close, and then Gambit's experience and overall rating, because of the amount of games that they've had played over the past year or the past few months, that gives them a big advantage overall in those calm, collected moments where 2 rounds ago it was hell let loose in total. You know, they were able to turn it to an advantage to them, despite the fact that Guild were constantly planting. That's impressive on its own, but can Guild stop this rampage from keeping on going? Because if you don't stop that defense at some point, oh boy, Chronicle, hello, no man, too greedy.
Oh dear.
It's Reina players in a nutshell.
Bit off more than he could chew. Oh well, Yassine is coming in. No, he turns around at the wrong time. That's a timing. Nats will take down that headshot there. Guild have to recount their eggs and head back a little bit. Unfortunate that. It means that Gambit are now in control of this round once again, and they could take it to match point. If Guild don't win this round, it's going to be incredibly difficult for them to bring it to overtime. They're heading over towards A, and they're going to make it happen slowly, but the clock is ticking down. Under 50 seconds now. It's not too much of a red light, but it does mean that they have to make things happen at some point soon. Only one player on site does mean that they can get in quite quickly if they do choose to push all together. The retake is going to be where it's so difficult for them to keep a hold of it.
So,
30 seconds left.
set in the back. Oh, going in for the Empress as the Daze comes out. Going to Chronicle, and can he spot his opponents out? It's going to be forced back, but he's going to keep it on going. Oh, goes in for the shot, but loses it to Bonkar. Unfortunate there, even with the ult in use. And that's looking for a pick, but it's Shadows and Leo to get one each, turning into a 3v2. Gambit are taking control, and Nats grabs the last 2 to make it 12-10. Gambit on match and map and match point. Incredible retake.
Absolutely. I don't think anybody was ready for that little, well, not really a flank, but the little off angle there from Nats coming through. They were trying their best to lock off that location, so I don't think they expected anybody to make their way through there and around from the side. And, well, the player who was supposed to be going for the trade did have the knife out, trying to get away from the rest of the players coming from the other side of Maze. Difficult situation. Rock in a hard place if I've ever seen it. Now we're in the last round. Well, Guild have an awkward buy coming up. You can see some Bulldogs, a couple of rifles, and no ults. That's the problem here. There's nothing they can use to help them get in towards site, which can be massive on the attacker's side. So many ults that they could have that could help them here. You know, the Rolling Thunder, the Hunter's Fury, the Lockdown could be massive. A Viper's Pit after a plant. The only one that really wouldn't help them in terms of actually changing the course of a round would be the Blade Storm, which is what Gambit have to keep them away as well. So they're in an incredibly difficult situation now. If they bring this one back, I would be insanely impressed, but Gambit are looking quite happy with their position.
Good camera work that we see from Salty J, by the way, our observer for this. But I can tell you, this timeout, in my opinion, is too late. I think it should have been called the moment Gambit got to 10-10. That was the moment to call it, because at least then you can prep yourself economically and really, you know, take the time to talk together and see how things would go when you still had ultimates to use in it. Because now you're really hanging on the edge, and you need to make sure that you take this one. You take every single round and take it to overtime. The only way to survive. Yassine somehow surviving! Bonkor and Safe with a shot each, and that's what Guild have needed.
Well, that's how you get back into it. And now they do have the lockdown available, which gives them full reign over which site they want to go to. They're going to head back towards A. Ooh, Draken will get the kill onto Chronicle, and it's like somebody's lit a fire under them. Defo trying to get some with the Blade Storm. Misses 2 of his knives, down to 3 now. They're going to head forward. few shots ring out through the smoke, and that's going to do a lot of damage. But now at least Gambit know that they're heading towards A, but they're going to have to retake against 5 players here. Defo misses his first shot as Draken slinks back into Maze and looking for a second one, but he's going to be stunned up, and Safe finds ahead of him. Now it's just Redgar left, and well, what can you do against 5 players? It's all turned in Guild's favor. Suddenly, that's what you can do. A one-tap onto Bunkar's head is going to give him the opening he needs to try and retake this, but he still needs to clear every corner. And he knows that the post-plant positions are now fully in Guild's favor. They've got one player up towards mid. They've got the Viper ready to throw out those snake bites. You've got Yassine up close, and Safe is just around the corner as well. So he's going to have to move in and actually clear out these positions. But the spray down from both sides, Yassine will find it, and they bring it back within 1. Let's see how much they can do on this, because Gambit, they can still fall by here.
Oh, man. Let's see what can be done. Honestly, this is starting to smell like OT, but the big thing that Gambit has on their side is cash money. Buy up whatever you can. Go in for the operator. Let's see what Defo can do. If Guild start getting things rolling, they're going to go to OT, and they might have that mental advantage that is also necessary. But what can the Reyna do on the other side? We've seen the Empress come out a couple of rounds ago, and it didn't really amount to much. So there's the peak. As usual, Defo always going in for the same play every single round. Through the headshot area here in the warehouse. And he's spoken again, but it's going to be a lockdown, and it's going to force the defense all the way back into A. Nobody pushing up. A few more seconds left. Defo, you got to get out of here, my man, at some point. And
no,
dashes away. The tan of the last second. Spike instantly to go down.
Yeah, Yassine will be able to get that one down. Shados, if he shot one shot there, he would have actually stopped the plant from going down completely, but it's not quite how it works. And the Blaze Storm is going to be used for Guild as well. It's going to help keep them in control of this one. But with 5 players retaking, still not in their favor completely. The Rolling Thunder will be pushed back 4 of those players, but Defo, he's still up there with the operator, and he's going to move forward for a first pick. He misses the first shot there. And that's massive because Justine comes in with the Blaze. He takes 1. Defo's there with the trade, but Safe is going massive with 3. It's all up to Shados now, and there's not much he can do in this position with the time ticking down. 3 players just watching his position. He'll find the first onto Draken, but Leo's there with the trade, and we go to overtime.
Incredible. Expecting the OT here. It got so close, and looks like Guild, that timeout really put them back in the right mental. So, what could be done here? Here's an update on our second matchup. This going on at the same time. Excuse me. Sent v Navi. It's 11-11 on map 1. Not sure which one it is. I haven't really checked. They are on ICEBOX as well. So it is map 2. There you go. So Senka went for map 1. They're able to win it on there. So we'll see how it goes. 11-11 and on map 2, ICEBOX. Will they get OT like we are? That's the question. But hey.
You've seen come through. No, Defo will find the pick first, and Shados was there to get it even if not. So, well, Gambit are already in control of this first round. It was a ballsy play from Guild. If it had worked out, it could have been massive, but well, now they're actually in an awkward position because Gambit, they head over towards A. There's only one player holding this one down in Draken. He's going to have to find 1 or 2 picks, and if they know where he is, that's going to be difficult. They now know he's on the left side of the site. Well, it's stage left. They know he's on the right side of the site for them. Oh, and he's getting tagged through the smoke, and he won't find the first pick, so that's massive. Defo can find that kill. The Owl Drone is going to find out where Safe is, and there's one player coming in from behind, but Nats is ready for that. And Leo's not going to be able to find the trade either. Yes, he is. Just about. It's only 2 players left on the Guild side, though. Chronicle finds the head of Safe from under heaven, and it's just Leo to clean it up, and they all know he's coming in from behind. Defo is ready for this push. He'll find the head. It's a 3K for Defo, and it's 1 round in the favor of Gambit in first overtime.
Switching sides.
That's the one here for Gambit. Get it rolling. Break Guild before they can get too comfortable. See an operator come out here for Defo again. And what's going to be the answer? Full rifles on the Guild side. Are there any ults close? Redgar might be ready by the end of it. Same for Shados, but there are expensive ults with 8 charges in total. So maybe seeing a couple that are that would be used in the next round, but that is awfully reliant on a lot of work being done by those agents and players. So Leo's going to come in, scan out to B, And looks like the push is going to keep on rolling to it. Nobody on site except for the Viper here of Nats for Gambit.
Would be massive for Guild if they push through quickly, but they know that if they screw up just a little bit, this round could be completely over, and this series could be completely over. So through comes Yassine, but Nats just sprays him down immediately. Put up by the fault line, but spraying through the smoke. Shados will find the head of Leo now. There's only 3 players left on the side of Guild, and their hopes are slipping away from them. One by one as each player gets taken out. Safe on site, he'll take down Redgar, and Shados is up in heaven watching for the first pick, and he'll find Safe. But he moves around, and the trade will come through from Drake, and now it's a 2v3. It's still not in the favor of Guild, but there we go. Draken finds his second. They still need to get the spike down. Keep in mind, they can still rotate with 40 seconds left, but the timer is ticking down, and it's going to be difficult to get the spike down on A if they're contested whatsoever. So they do head back. Oh no, they're going to grab the Viper's pit. Very clean. Okay, I get it. They still need to move in here, and Defo, he is watching the site, but maybe he thinks they're rotating at this point. Viper's pit's going to go down, and they're going to get the spike down now as Defo, well, he's left to just probably spray a couple of shots through the smoke. Can he hit one of them? Little too far to the left. No, he thinks they're planting default. It's a good choice not to plant default there for Guild. Drake, and he's going aggressive through the smoke here. Your shoulder is peeking through there, but it's right around the corner, so Defo can't see it, but you might be ready for him in this position. They're spraying each of the teams through the smoke here. Chronicle uses the layer, pushes through, but Bunkar's quick with the headshot. It's just Defo to finish it out now. He dashes straight into the snakebite, down to 5 HP. Comes around the corner, but Draken's quicker. There it is, 13-13, and we move to second overtime in this second game.
Switching sides.
Double OT is what we get. That I talked about ultimates and how important they're going to be. Being able to pick up the orb and then go immediately for the Viper Spit was exactly what was so needed for Guild. Draken realizing immediately when he had the opportunity, and he did not falter when it was so necessary for the team. So very well done there, setting up those post-point positions. And honestly, the Reyna was so close to being able to do work on the Gambit side, but pulling out in front of the breach with your rifle still shouldered or unshouldered, it's not a fun time. So what is the response here on our second side of OT? Leo's going to go in for the tag. His location is tagged at the same time, but Shados is going to find him for free. And it's up to Yassine to maybe try to hold on here for a bit longer.
Yeah, again, taking the glass cannon. It's a shot that a lot of teams do in overtime with the jet. Caught out by that recon dart, he's actually going to have to head back. He calls out to his team that they're pushing through B main and knows that they could be close. Oh, orb is going to be taken. I'm not quite sure who took that one, but I'm going to assume someone like the Sova or the Viper in that scenario. Possibly. Oh, maybe Empress is a better choice in this one, but well, we'll never know because they're going to move over towards A now. No. Didn't get it. Chronicle did not get it. There we go. So we can narrow it down to 2 now. Desk analyst the game as it goes on. And
look, what Chronicle needs is an Odin, and that's about it. So
yeah, exactly.
That's the expert analysis.
Yeah. Now, there's 3 players on B for the side of Guild, only 1 over towards A, so Draken's going to have to hold this one down massively. The snakebite is going to deter them from coming through, but Defo has already found Bonkar over towards the other side of the site. Oh, the spray through the wall isn't going to quite kill Draken or anybody else, but Chronicle finds one before the trade comes through. Defo takes down Draken as well. Now it's just Yassine left, and it's looking like a repeat of last overtime, where it looks like they lose this first round, dropping down. I'll find the head of Defo, but it's not quite enough as Redgar's there for the trade. They take it with the advantage once again, Gambit.
Switching sides.
So there's a switch and a timeout to come out for the defense of Gambit in this case. So wonder what they're talking about in this moment. They're realizing, hey guys, we made our mistake. We were in a 2v2 in the second round of OT1, and we messed up because of that Viper Spit. It was picked up. We don't really know how to react to that. So what do we try to deal with here? What are we expecting? A lot on the shoulders of Gambit in this. They have the Reyna possibly charged up, wondering if there's any extra utility ultimates that could be used in it. So big questions on everybody's minds. And I'm also wondering, is this going to be a B take again for for a guild in this case, because we've seen how effective they can be on it. We know how great the Viper is. The downside is, okay, well, we don't have a Sage also to help us with a wall around default or wherever it may be, but we've seen that guild are not afraid to just go away from default, you know, plant in different positions if necessary, and they have everything that's necessary for it. They got a breach, they can push their opponents away, they can scan out first with the Sova, with the Zaldron. Everything's there. You just have to put it all together to make it work. There's a lot of pressure on the guild backs right now.
Yeah. Everything lies in this one. Obviously, they're not out of the tournament, out of the running for the top 4, getting towards Masters if they lose this game, but it's going to make it a little more difficult being dropped into the lower bracket. And it's the top 4, so anybody who makes it to the upper finals or the lower round 4 makes it to Masters Berlin in this case. If you make it there, you don't have to win those games, you just have to make it there. Last 4 teams standing. Chronicle is caught out and Defo misses the shot, and he's going to get tagged up with a headshot through the wall down to 18 HP. They're going to have to back up a little bit now, especially with that aftershot coming through. Oh, but Chronicle is quick with a headshot onto Leo, and Winsy's seen as well. Bonka, he's there with the trade, but massive from Chronicle to keep them away, and they're taking it to that one-man advantage. As it looks like Guild, they want to head towards B at this point, where Safe has cleared out mid. The Viper's orb is going to move away before those last 2 players get there. It's going to make it difficult for them to make it through that mid position unless Safe clears out CT for them. Goes back up, so they can make their way through now, but I think Nats is acutely aware that somebody could be in towards Kitchen here. Safe is going to have to get this one tap if he wants to keep this alive. Nats, he finds it first, and he'll take down Bunkar as well. It's all up to Draken, and he knows the spike is down in heaven as well. 2 players have converged on that location. He'll take down Shados and Nats as well. He's still on 89 HP with 27 armor into 1v2 once again. But this time, well, he doesn't have... Well, he will have the Viper's Pit, actually, after planting the spike. There we go, and he's going to use that. They know he's using it, and they know they can just push it quickly if they want to, but no. Not finding the kill before the Viper's Pit deploys means that they have to push it themselves. Defo and Redgar, let's see if they can retake this one. The Recon Dart comes out, which pushes Draken outside of the Viper's Pit at the very least. A Snake Bite. Try and kill one player coming in towards that. He'll find the kill onto Defo. It's just a 1v1 at this point. 6 bullets left in the chamber, and Draken, he only needs to find one more. He'll find the head of Redgar, and they clutch it up for 3rd overtime.
I can't believe it, Draken! That was incredible! Are you kidding me? The Viper spit again! It's the 2nd time we get to see it in OT alone!
Oh, Lord.
The man is an absolute monster. And if you're a Gambit at this point, you're thinking, well, what the hell do we do? We got rolled over twice by the same thing.
Oh, man. There's not much even you can say about that analytically.
No, it just
perfectly.
He just outplayed them. He just play better. You know, this is just get good. This is the only thing that you could say in this game. He just was better. He's built different. That's straight.
Built different. Oh, Lord. Well, 3rd overtime now, and the stakes keep getting higher for Guild as they have to hold on one by one. If they can take this first round, it's, you know, they're pulling the collar away. They can get a little bit of breathing room. So far, Gambit, they're not too stressed. That's the thing. Gambit, they don't have to stress too hard about this one. Even if they lose this map, they move to third map, and oh my god, look at that. Well, there you go. We've got another overtime going on in Na'Vi and Ascend. 13-13 in map 2 as Ascend. Obviously, they are the Gambit in this situation, having won their first map, wanting to get through on this one. They are the higher seed as well, just like Gambit, so... Oh, man. I think we just had another little pause there. I'm not sure whether that was tactical or technical, but either way. We move through, and this time Gambit once again on the attack. There's not much more I can say about this as Guild. Well, they're playing a lot more conservatively, as you can see. Yassine, he went for aggressive plays on both other overtimes at this point, but this time staying in towards Tube there. An interesting position for the Jet player to play as Draken, he holds control of the long. He's going to back up in the end. He doesn't really want to go for all of that, especially with all of the utility that can be used by the Gambit side to push them out. But it's slowed down so much, you can see here, as both teams are eyeing each other up.
So, Yassine still checking on it. I mean, this is really taking a lot of time here with that minute or so left, and it looks like B's clear, and they're just gonna go for it. Gambit wasting no time in this situation. Gonna wait until the wall fades off here from the Viper before they plant their own spike. Just holding on for the flank here. Drake in. Nobody threw yellow. I mean, knows somebody threw yellow. Can't really do much about it. That's flashed out. He turns around at the wrong moment. So well done here. And Yassine able to collect the kill. Quick shot from Redgar, but that spike is not going to go down easily.
No. And put up that wall, and that's exactly what they do. Shados will find safe as well. Redgar is going to try and move through, but a lot of the Gambit players are on low HP now, and Guild, they can push through with this one. They throw down that fight there. Oh, and Leo sprays down Chronicle through the wall. Yassine finds Redgar. Shados onto Yassine, and it's a 2v2, but there's only 8 seconds left on the clock as Shados moves around, tries to plant the spike, but Leo's there with another kill through the wall. There's no more time left. Devo has to get both kills to finish it out. He'll find one, but Leo's already around the corner. He finds it, but it's too late. It's too late. Guild take their first round in overtime.
Match point.
Oh, man. They got the first one. As you say, this is going to be a tough one here for Gambit. They're at least able to feel cozy that they got close to it, but I don't know. I don't know, man. This is really getting rough. Now the Jet of Defo is going to have to run with the Operator with no shields whatsoever. And you're just going to have to work with what you've got, really. And that's going to be dazed here, the Shockwave, and what's he gonna do? Safe is just poking out solo, and he does have players behind him, so if there's an opening, they will just go for it instantly. I'm loving the way the breach is being used up for this one. I know there's a lot of people that are questioning that decision, but I think so far with how things are rolling, it is a pretty darn good one. Redgar scanning about. He spots his own Viper here, checking down through mid, but it's all in the hands of Guild and where they decide to go. A lot of pressure on Gambit.
Yeah, and you can see, just like last round, both teams playing it slowly and methodically as they possibly can as the strats come in. They try and calm themselves down to bring it back in their own control. You don't want to let emotions get ahead of you in such a high-intensity situation. They're going to head towards B this time. Worked out for them before. Managed to clutch up a lot of rounds on this site. It's where they're going to head, faking the Viper wall over towards A there. Might keep those 2 players occupied. But in mid, Redgar is waiting for Drake in here.
30 seconds left.
We find him. The recon dart towards there. Nats will take down Yassine, but at the cost of a lot of health. Draken onto Redgar, and Shados takes down Safe at this point. Nats is on low HP. Turning around the corner, he finds a head of Bunker. Shados pushing through, but he doesn't know one player's behind him. It doesn't matter. He's just going to jump down. 2v4, and Leo is taken down. It's just Draken to clutch it up once again, but we're going to another overtime as Shados, he'll find the headshot, and Nats goes for the defuse. 15-50.
Our third OT to come out. Yeah, blow that horn. In the meantime, it looks
Switching
like
sides.
a
Overtime.
third OT is a potential, or second OT in this case, a potential between Ascend and Na'Vi on this very same map of ICEBOX as that matchup is going through. But I can tell you, B-Stream best game. We're going to work with that, and I'm very happy. This has been such an exciting game to watch and to see. And you get to see here Defo now off of the Operator on the rifle cash-wise. You got to deal with it. You got to do your best with what you've got. And there's our first setup here from the Viper as Gambit. Well, they have the potential here. Have it, but they just can't let Guild take in the first round like they did in the last OT.
All grouped up towards B main, and out comes the wall and the orb from Draken to try and keep him back. Redgar already with no armor at this point, as he backs up and gets healed up by his Sage. One big positive of having that Sage on your team, you do have those heals available, so they go back into this engagement with full HP, but you can see 3 Guild players are holding down towards B and 1 player towards mid to make sure the flank doesn't happen at this point. Here come GAMBIT. They're going to head over towards site now, try and put down the wall. The spray through the smoke isn't going to find anything. Yassine gets the first pick onto Shados. That's going to move them back because now they don't have the wall to plant. An essential part of this comp, using the Sage wall to plant on B. Now they have to head back towards A because they know they can't do that anymore. 2 players still over towards yellow box. You can see that Guild, they've taken that as a sign that they're going to head back towards A. You can hear 2 players are going there.
Hello,
Only 30
Spexo
seconds
B?
left.
They're still there. They're
still
faking it.
there. They're faking it, but there's one player who doesn't want to give up that location. You can see, not until they see the spike, Bonkar is still there. If he takes down the spike planter here with 15 seconds left, it could spell the end for GAMBIT in this round. He uses the aftershock after hearing those shots. Here it comes, the spike plant. He uses the aftershock to deny it. Gets the kill onto Chronicle. There's no more time left already. That's the end of the round. Yassine will find another pick. Redguard trying to bring it back, but it's too late. And the first round once again goes to Guild.
Wow, beautiful, beautifully done there with the breach of Bonkar.
Match point.
I said it in the last round, or was it a round and a half ago? Like, yeah, the breach is doing a lot of work, and I know there's a lot of people that are gonna question the pick just because it's not quote unquote meta, and you know it's not the Sage that you usually see. But look at what Bonkar is doing. If you're playing for time, if you're playing for pushes, if you're playing for retakes, the breach is perfect for it. You just have to have the right info for it, and he did. He made the right choice. He was listening in so closely. Honestly, that was so well done. And now it's again an opportunity for Guild to close it out on map 2 of the series.
And this time they're playing it really aggressively. You can see the aftershock into Maze to push him away. They now know Chronicle is close. The Flash is going to push him back, but he finds one headshot and uses the dismiss to get away. Shados will find one more, but Leo's there with the trade for that one. Now a 4v3, and well, Guild, they have to rethink what they're doing here as it slows down in the middle of the round. 3 players are holding down A, and they actually back up to try and make sure nobody goes for that flank, or that go back to B at this point. Once again, it has slowed down, and it looks like Guild, they are going to decide to push in Drake, and he's going to take first contact. That fault line is going to stun up Chronicle, but they're not going to use anything off the back of it. Bonkar, each folder peeks and takes a lot of damage for it. Redguard, he takes down Drake, and it looks at this point like we're going to be heading to 16-16. This is insane. We're still going in overtimes.
Fourth OT?
Fourth OT.
Overtime.
Is it still going on the other stream? Can we get confirmation on that?
It is.
It is still going, right? They haven't finished yet. 16 to 15. Yeah. Oh my god.
They're copying us, man. This is how it goes. It's just so good. Real incredible here. They're just racking up kills all over the place. Redguard's still at the 10 in total that we see at the end there, but let's see, 16-15 as you see. Yeah, there it is. That was map 2 between Ascend and V, and that's
on
very
ICEBOX
similar
as well.
Yep, it is genuinely copy pasta between us here.
I am going to be joining Tom and Ryan in the old club if this game keeps going on like this, because I am going to be tearing my hair out.
I think that's a look you might want to try one day. You know, why
you
not?
Think?
After
maybe.
this game, anything is possible.
Drake and shoulder peeking here, and Defo, he doesn't see that. He's going to move in towards yellow anyway, and they're going to try and take control of B here, but the rest of the team, they're over towards A, pushing out safe. They hear some stuff going on. I mean, they saw that recon dart come through there, and the Lears are being used as well, so they know at least one's close, and there's a Sage orb. But they can move through, and Safe will take the first pick onto Chronicle, and now GMB, they have to move back. Why did I call them GMB? I was just reading the name. GAMBIT are moving back. Oh, Yassine and Redguard, they take contact, and Yassine, he'll find one pick onto Redguard there. It's now 5v3, and it's looking once again like Guild. They're taking the first round of this. Defo, he picks up the Vandal, and he'll find a headshot onto Yassine, but Leo's right round the corner. They don't know this. One headshot. Oh, not more than that, though. Nats, he finds the trade, and putting up a wall in the wrong location. A little bit of shakiness, maybe. Draken is waiting for them right round the corner, though. Nats will come through up top, but he finds the first kill through the wall onto Shados. It's just Nats left in a 1v3. He gets a spike down at the very least, but he's being flashed out and sprayed down through the wall. Coming in from behind, he'll take down Draken now, and it's only 2 players left. He finds a head of Bonkar. Oh, but Safe cleans it up. It's 17-16. Guild once again take the first round.
Only just. There's no way that could have gone to the way of Gambit. And, looks like our first game or our second game is done here. It's Ascend Navi and Ascend taking it 17-15 to a total. All right. Cool stuff on here.
All right.
NGL. This is the place to go. We keeping it going. We'll see if we can go to a 5th overtime between Gambit and Guild. For the past, this is the 3rd OT now that Guild have taken the first round, and then Gambit are able to scrape it together with a very close one to take us into an extra OT after. So what's the play here for Gambit, and how are they going to split between these sites, and will Guild opt for that A take? Looks like it. Possibility.
Fault line is going to tag up Chronicle, which means he actually kind of has to move back at this point. The Aftershock almost tags him up as well. The Flash is going to push him back a little more. Just making sure Chronicle can't push forward. Nats, he'll find the first pick onto Draken. And Safe isn't there for the trade just yet. Trying to stay safe, but there we go. Nats with his knife out trying to shoulder peek a little further away. He'll get taken down by Safe. Chronicle finds the shoulder of Yassine, but he won't get the kill on that one. And backing up, he will find it eventually. Now into the 4v3, and Gambit have the advantage in this one. Safe, he's alone on B, but there's somebody right behind him. He doesn't know Defo is there with the operator. Only 2 players left on the Guild side, and they have to decide where they want to go now. They still have the spike in hand, but you're coming into 3 players on A, or Defo with the operator on B. Opting to go towards mid here, Leo. Once again, it slows down, but Redgar is going to be first contact here. Leo's aiming up towards heaven. Redgar might find this one first. He does just about. No quick headshots, but they'll finish it off in the end. And now Defo is there to find it. It's more OTs. We're going again. We go for more. We never end. This is the train. It never ends. You cannot get off. You got in here an hour ago. You're not leaving.
Let me off this crazy train.
No.
Well, okay,
unfortunately. 17-17. We're now in round 35. Oh, Lord.
You know what?
Once again.
We might as well start turning, after a crazy train of a game, might as well turn into Ozzy Osbourne after this one. So, all aboard! One day I will break my voice enough of casting that I'll be able to pull off an Ozzy Osbourne intro for it. So let's see how this goes here. Defo spotted. Smoke is out just to make sure it doesn't get tagged. And Leo is rotating off to that B site to support his teammates. But he's going to make sure that it is all clear on Kitchen. Gonna go for the bolt shot on Defo, potentially. The Aldrone is still alive, just barely, and the split's happening from Gambit here. Can they find the intro? No. Draken spotted for just a moment on the shoulder, but unable to finish it off here is Chronicle.
He's gonna have to back up because of that snake bite, though. It's well placed to keep him out of yellow, but Yassine is gonna be first contact, and he'll find the head of Chronicle. The wall goes up to try and get the spike planted, but now with 1 player lost, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. Draken will take up his position in Snowman as the rest of the team joins him over towards B. Defo is caught out by the fault line and has to drop back now, but Redgar is making his way in through Kitchen to try and get a flank going for his team. He's going to be met by Leo, though. No, he'll find 2 heads. Leo and Bonker are both down, and now Guild have something else to worry about other than the 3 players pushing them from main. Yassine and Draken, they'll take 2, and Defo finds a trade, but now it's a 2v2, and Gambit, they don't have the spike down, and the spike is actually, look at that, on site, in an awkward position where Safe can kind of hold it down at this point. It means that Redgar is coming through on mid, but he has to make his way all the way through both players. Safe, he's looking the wrong way. He'll get taken down by Redgar before he can get the 180 going. Defo takes down Draken, and this time Gambit have the advantage in the overtime.
Is this the experience shining finally here for Gambit? Might just be it. Sustainability. This is something that you rarely get to talk about unless you get into a longer series where you'll see teams that are not as experienced, or, you know, there's a bit of that sort of gap, really start getting tired. You know, you'll have a lot of brilliance, a boatload of energy, and then suddenly it all starts faltering. This might be the start here. It's been, what, 3 or 4 overtimes in a row where Guild have been able to grab the first round. But finally, oh! Defo, what was that? Safe taken down. Talk about a killjoy. What a shot from the Jet.
That's one pick. He does take some shots for his troubles, and he's going to have to back up a little bit. Oh, the reaction time's not quite there for that cross. Bonkar moves in, but Nats is up close inside the orb, and that could come up massive if he pushes through, takes it away. Let's see, nobody's close enough. Oh, and he sees the firing squad, but he won't get a kill just yet. He's going to have to back all the way out, but not quick enough. Yassine is there for the kill. It's a 4v4 now, and they try and move in towards site. Leo's right there, and there are people waiting, but they can get the spike down at this point. The shock dart will do a little bit of damage, but not enough to keep them away. Out comes the fault line to try and keep them back. And this time, Guild, they can take nice post-plant positions in this 4v4. And Drake, and he's got 2 snake bites to keep them away. In push.
One more
The Gambit
overtime.
side. Oh my god, Leo finds one before the trade comes through from Redgar, and it's a 3v3 now as Defo moves in with the operator. But Draken is patient with the snake bites. He sends out one, he sends out the second, and they can't go for the defuse yet, so they're going to have to try and clean them out. Chronicle finds one. Bonkar with the trade. Redguard takes out Yassine, and it's just Bonkar left. That's it. This is Valorant.
It happened! Finally! 19 rounds for Gambit. Cannot